Recycling is one way we can help towards protecting wildlife and habitats and preserving natural resources. But have you ever wondered what happens to the items you put into your mixed recycling bin? Well, your council delivers the contents of your mixed recycling bin to the Materials Recovery Facility, or MRF as it's also known. The facility separates up to 300 tonnes of recycling per day. Here, state-of-the-art technology is used to separate items into different material types. Once the recycling is tipped out, it's checked over. It may be rejected if it contains a lot of incorrect items. This can cost your council a lot of money that could have been spent on other services. A loading shovel drops the recycling into a pit, where it then goes up a large conveyor belt to the start of the separation process. Any large or incorrect items are removed as bulky items may break or get tangled in the machinery. You can see how hard this job is, and unfortunately, some smaller wrong items will get through. Not only can these items break the machines, they can also get all the way through the system and end up in the pile of recycling. This can affect the price or even prevent the pile from getting recycled at all. The first machine contains a large magnet that attracts the steel cans upwards and into a skip. They'll then go to the steel reprocessing facilities where they'll be made into new products. Next, the glass bottles and jars, aluminium cans and foil, and the plastic bottles, pots, tubs and trays drop into a large machine called the glass breaker. Everything gets hit by metal rollers, and any glass breaks into smaller pieces which drop down between the rollers and through holes onto a conveyor belt underneath. You can see the glass travelling up to the glass cleanup area. Here, some of the paper and plastic labels and other contaminants such as plastic bottle top lids are removed. The binder machine shakes the glass into different sizes, and the zigzag chamber creates a powerful vortex that sucks up any labels and some plastic film from the glass as it drops down. It then falls into the glass bunkers where it's loaded into trucks and taken to glass reprocessing facilities. Again, you can see some wrong items still get through the process and into the glass piles. This could be avoided if people took the lids off all items that go into the mixed recycling bin and removed anything like straws out of the bottle. The plastic items and aluminium cans are sorted next. This machine, called an eddy current separator, uses an electromagnet to temporarily magnetise the aluminium so it can be repelled off the conveyor belt. Here's a small eddy current separator in action. This is repelling the pieces of aluminium that end up in the rejected plastic line into a separate chute. In the sorting cabin, an operator checks as the aluminium cans, aerosols and foil pass through and removes any items that are not cans or foil, like these pans and flasks. These large items could easily have broken the machinery and should really have been taken to the recycling centres to be disposed of safely into the scrap metal container. The cans drop into a container which is emptied regularly into a larger container ready for loading. These go to a facility for reprocessing. The last items to be sorted are the plastics. They have to be separated into two types, and this is done by two near-infrared lasers. One detects the coloured and opaque bottles, and the other detects clear or transparent plastic bottles, along with the pots, tubs and trays. Powerful jets of air blow the different types of plastics onto separate conveyor belts. In the sorting cabin, the operatives try to grab any wrong plastics, such as soft plastics, out of the bottles, pots, tubs and trays. The plastic items are blown up large tubes and dropped into the correct part of the cage. At the bottom, they're squashed into bales of about half a tonne and sent to plastic reprocessing facilities. So that's how all your mixed recycling is separated. As you've seen, it's really important to put the right items in the mixed recycling bin. Wrong items can break the machines, which is costly and spoil the value of the recycling, or prevent it from being recycled at all. From here, it goes off to the next stage. The reprocessing facilities will then turn your recycling into all sorts of new products. Who knows where your recycled plastic items, glass jar or can will pop up next?